All right, welcome to Reality Rundown, episode 31, where we will be recapping tonight's live eviction with myself, your host, Connor Nelson, along with my co-host, Christian Holman. How you doing tonight?
Doing all right, the beard's starting to come in slowly but surely. Starting to feel better. I accidentally ran over a kid in football practice today. So,
You did what?
accidentally ran over a kid at practice today. It was a good time.
You ran over a
But,
kid?
yeah, we were playing football. But with my body, not my car.
I thought you said a
Um,
kitten at first. I was like, why are you
no,
telling
we
us
were,
this?
we were running, and I trampled a kid for a second. So, it was he was fine. My fatherly instincts kicked in and I caught him. But, it was just, that's how my day's gone.
Thanks for telling us that. We needed to know.
You asked me. You asked me.
But yeah, so tonight's before I say all that, if you guys are watching on YouTube, you got me all messed up with the trampling a kid story. But if you guys are watching on YouTube and you like the podcast, leave a like for us. If you have any suggestions for us, leave it in the comments. And if you subscribe with notifications on, you will get notified when we post, so you're not behind on anything. And if you want to watch us record these live, we go live at twitch.tv/reality rundown after every single episode. You can catch us there. Leave a follow there as well, and it will notify you when we go live. So, again, you don't miss out on anything, and you're there from the start. But yeah, tonight's episode, we have an eviction where it's looking like it's going to be a blindside. It might be two blindsides, but we'll go through it and see what happens. But on the surface, were you excited about this episode? Did you see anything coming in this episode that you're like looking forward to?
Maybe not necessarily. I didn't really have an opinion one way or the other as to who went home. I was relatively excited. Actually, I really enjoyed the episode. I've taken a step back, and I'm not getting spoilers now, and it's making watching the episodes way more entertaining. Highly recommend if you feel the same way. You should do that. If you feel like getting spoilers ruins the episode for you, don't get spoilers. That's what I've been doing, and it's helping a lot. I enjoyed the episode a lot again because I really didn't know what was going to happen. But yeah,
I think nobody really knew 100% what was going to happen. I think people had their suspicions and what they thought was going to happen, but I think it could have gone either way, especially today. Like, I think it could have flipped either way. Didn't really know, like, a 100% either way what was going to happen. I know I said either way a lot there, but to start this episode, we have it's right after the veto ceremony, and Nicole is just talking about how there's no reason for her to backdoor Cody here. Like, Cody is 100% her ticket to the final three, and she feels strongly that he is going to take her and not blindside her next week. So there was just really no chance that was going to happen, which it sucks because I think that would have been like the biggest move of the season by far, but it was really dumb for her to do that. Except for the fact that is like one thing she can be like, I took Cody out, and that boosts her like resume.
I mean, honestly, I don't think it'd be that dumb. I mean, maybe to a degree, it would be dumb. Like, good, she's gonna make final three. Will she make final two? She has to win the last HOH. So,
And also, I feel like
think,
she could have made that made that been something where she can reel in Memphis and Christmas both, and them three go to final three, and then them three are against Enzo the next week, and they just get out Enzo as long as Enzo doesn't win, and then they're final three no matter what. So really, I think no matter what, I think like you said, she was going to go final three.
Memphis wouldn't have turned against Enzo in that instance. Enzo wanted, or Memphis wanted to get rid of Nicole because of the fact that she was a winner.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it is.
But she could have she could have at least like gone with a plan and like in her head think that he's on board with that and see where it went. But she didn't even entertain it.
No.
But I agree. I think Memphis would cut her over Enzo because even tonight he stated that he wanted to take Enzo. So, Memphis in the DR right after this is talking about like it's right after the veto ceremony. He's still on the block. He's going to be on the block tonight, and he's like, everybody needs to take notes. This is how you play the game. Like, I'm not going home. And it's like, dude, like, come on.
I mean, I feel like they had to say in his DR, say something really cocky here.
But like that kind of like gives it away. Like, I just feel like that's genuinely how he felt.
No, I do think that's really what happened. In terms of, like, he really did feel that way. And yeah, it was just a joke that said that. But it's
it's crazy though. Like,
yeah, I mean, you're on the block.
That arrogant.
Final five. It's a toss up. It really is a toss up.
If anything, 50-50. You got to go into it thinking it's 50-50, not 99.99999.
To be fair, I don't think he was as confident as he said he is, because Memphis is a smart dude and he knows, but it's better to be confident to not scare people opposed to like freaking out and whatnot, because freaking out could be way worse. So to be confident in your plan, that could be a much better route to go. Especially whenever there's nothing to do about it. I mean, I'm just gonna keep talking, I guess.
I agree. I didn't know if you were done or not. My bad. I was gonna let you go, but yeah, I agree with that. Either way, Memphis is talking to Cody, and he's like, "Are you ready to take this thing to end?" Like he genuinely thinks that him and Cody are solid. That like Cody is not gonna blindside him, not gonna like go against Memphis. But the whole time in the back of Cody's head, he's just like, "Come on, man! Like, yeah, you've been doing all this shady stuff behind my back. I know, like, me and you aren't 100%. Like, just let's cut the crap."
Yeah, and what's crazy is if he didn't talk to Nicole, there's a decent chance he actually stays.
Yeah,
because he seems way less shady.
Yeah.
Especially with the fact of him going up like, I've been nothing but honest to you all year long.
Yeah.
Nothing. And then it's like, well, have you? Because Nicole just told me what you said.
Everybody this season, I feel like, trusts that no one is going to tell anybody else the conversations that they have with people. So, like, Enzo trusts, I would say, Cody 100%. Like, no matter what, he's not going to tell anybody anything. When, in fact, Cody's telling Nicole basically everything, like 95% of everything. Memphis thinks that really no one's going to tell each other when Enzo's telling Cody everything, Cody's telling Nicole everything, Cody's telling Enzo everything. It's just everybody's telling each other everything, so nothing is kept secret in this house, where like
Which
Memphis
is insane.
Yeah, where like Memphis thinks that everything is tight-lipped and no one knows anything about the two wise guys he has, the alliances he's in, when in reality the whole house knows.
Yeah, like that. It's crazy to me that no one is keeping anything to themselves. Like, you're putting all of your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
Which it might work out for them, but it's just like, maybe keep something to yourself so you have an advantage over someone in the game.
Yeah, and the things they are keeping to themselves is like meaningless stuff that like doesn't even matter. So it's like, who cares? Like, nobody cares about the information you're keeping to yourself. The stuff you're telling everybody is the stuff that if you kept that and like didn't say anything, you could use it going forward. But who knows?
Yeah, and also at this point in the game, like, or not even just this point, like the entire game, information is like the most valuable thing in the game. Now, when we're at this point in the game, people have basically already decided what's going to happen. So you're already perfectly, like, you're already 100% with Cody, 100% as Enzo and Nicole. You don't have to earn his trust anymore. Maybe keep some things to yourself. It just doesn't make sense. Like,
yeah,
maybe you could pull a fast one on him or something, or someone else would pull a fast one. It just doesn't make much sense to me as to like have nothing that
and I think the thing is too is the reason this has happened is because the people that have been in power all season long, so they've not really felt like they need to keep anything back or hold anything back because everything's gone in their favor, especially with Enzo and Cody, where like they've not even seen the block, so like why would they change anything they're doing from the start of the season when it's clearly working out for them?
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
And the same with Memphis until this point. Like, he had not seen the block until this week. So, like, again, he feels like everything he's doing is working out perfectly. Mm-hmm. But then it finally got to the point where it caught up with him.
Yeah, which I didn't know that Memphis had never been on the block, at least on eviction night before. So that was pretty interesting to hear. Mm-hmm.
Yep. But,
yeah, I was just... Which, I mean, it makes sense, too, to just tell everybody everything if they're your number one. If you're planning on sitting next to them in the finals, which I don't feel like Enzo's dumb enough, or Nicole. I don't feel like either one of them are dumb enough to sit next to Cody in the finals. But
you could say the same thing about Cody in 16, where like you wouldn't think he would be dumb enough to take Derek, yet he takes Derek and loses all but one vote. So like, at a certain point, like you think that, but people do it. It doesn't make sense. Like Cody takes Victoria there, he probably wins unanimously and is considered one of the best.
Which, well, taking Derek to a degree, you can at least see from Cody's side of it, where maybe people will be like, you won more comps than him, and you were, what was the wingman or something like that?
They had the Hitman. Hitman.
Yeah, I was Hitman too. We did it together. It wasn't just him, which it wasn't how it was.
Nobody portrays it. Yeah, nobody portrays it. Even to this day, people don't portray it that way. I mean, people know that Cody's a good game player, but they don't put him up with the greats at all. And maybe it'll change after the season. I don't know. But, I mean, again, he takes Victoria there. He 100% wins. There's no question. Like, Victoria does nothing that season. Derek and Cody literally brought her to the end because she couldn't do anything. Like, they cut Caleb, kept Victoria because they knew Caleb was more than likely going to win. And there Victoria was, like, literally she was basically like Kevin, where she was just there. She just existed. And Kevin didn't get brought along like she did. But I just think that people, I don't know if they think, like, I'm going to take this person because it shows that, like, I'm not scared and it's a better move. Like, I don't know. I don't know what their thought is. But, like, if they take Cody, I just don't think that's the right move for them at all.
No, taking Cody would literally... No, everyone's going to vote for Cody. Cody is going to win this game. 90% chance Cody wins this game.
I would say even higher. I would honestly give it higher than that. Especially after tonight's jury segment, I would say at least 95%.
Well, there's a chance that Christmas sends him home next week.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant, like, if he was sitting final two. Like,
if he sits final two, I think 100% he wins.
I mean, I don't say 100% just because you never know what can be said. I think people have lost it definitely on finale night.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So things could go different there, but I would say it's a really high percentage that he's got it.
Yeah, I literally do not see a world where the dude doesn't win it.
Yeah.
Don't see it.
I don't either. Either way, a couple days back, before the veto ceremony, Christmas tells Memphis that she genuinely thinks that there's a chance Nicole might use it and backdoor Cody. And Memphis, I think, kind of takes the bait and thinks that this could be true. And for, like, why would you think this? Like, why do they think that all of a sudden Nicole is going to be like, let's just go ahead and backdoor Cody? It just doesn't make sense, and, like, it's not going to happen.
Well, honestly, I think she considered it to some degree.
Think so.
I think she actually considered it to a degree, and I don't think it was a bad move at all. I mean, we're looking at this from we're watching it and everything. They're in the house. Her and Nicole are to some degree wanting to go to the final two together, to some degree. So it's like maybe like there's a chance. I think if you're Christmas, it seems like there's a chance at the minimum.
I think she was just holding on to anything she had because at the time they wanted to both stay, and they're like, maybe this is going to happen, but in reality, I don't think it was ever going to happen.
Well, yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, go for it.
Memphis and Cody are outside playing pool, and Memphis is like, I'm just glad that Christmas's plan didn't happen and didn't go through. And this is after the veto ceremony, and he's like, what are you talking about? And Memphis is like, she came up with this plan to get you backdoored. She went and told Nicole about it, and he's like, oh yeah, like, definitely, like, she's done. Like, she's out of here. Don't worry about it. Like, pumping Memphis up like there's no chance he's going home, when in reality, he's like, you're going home. But, so Memphis leaves, and Cody, like, is saying out loud, like, you literally went and, had the same plan with Nicole. Like, she told me about this. So, like, again, like, if you think it's going to get back, like, there's no reason for Memphis to go up and talk to Nicole at that point when Christmas has already done it. And, like, there's just...
Well, Nicole was like, go sweeten the deal. Or, I mean, Chris was like, go sweeten the deal. So, I mean, to some degree... He's like, if there really is a chance, then it probably was going to help.
I guess. And I guess maybe in Memphis's mind, he's like, even if this doesn't go through, worst case scenario, I just play it off like I was just trying to keep myself safe. So that's why I did this. And that was just a game move. And then he trusts Cody and Enzo enough to keep him. But it's not how it's going to play out.
No, it doesn't play out obviously that way. But I thought it was a valiant effort.
I guess. I just think he would have more of a chance to stay if he just kept his mouth shut and just wrote it out. I don't know. I don't know. I think it went back and forth a few times this week of like who was going to go home. So again, it could have gone any which way. I don't think anybody really knew what was going to happen. Either way, Enzo and Memphis are talking now, and how about if Nicole makes it to Final Two, she's going to win just because she's a former winner. People are going to respect that she went the whole game and didn't get evicted being a former winner when she had the target on her from day one, minute one, because she was one of 2 winners in the house. And this is Memphis just trying to get like Enzo to target Nicole, and they'll get to Final 3 and make it, when he should be just trying to stay in the game. But it does make sense.
Well, I think what him doing there, I think that is him trying to stay in the game too. Is like, this is why you should keep me, because I'm obviously going to
100. Yeah, I'm 100% going to go after Nicole.
Yeah, that is him trying to stay, I think, and it is a good point. Like, it really wasn't something like I've even really considered, but the fact that people might do that, like, I wouldn't vote for Nicole just because of that factor. Because to me,
if Nicole,
she hasn't done anything.
Exactly. If she's just been drug along, if she had done anything in the game and she makes it to Final Two, sure, like, she deserves to win. But like, she literally has really not done anything. The first competition she won was this week, which is a big week to win it, but still yet it's like you got to do something else besides that. And it's just like when Dan gets to the Final Two in 14, like, I think it was just in their heads. They like the jury, no matter what, wasn't going to vote for a previous winner, like, or a previous player, previous winner. Either way, they were all against the rookies were all against the returning players from the start. So I don't think he had a chance no matter what. I feel like the jury could possibly feel the same way about a winner. They're like, we're not going to let someone else win again. Like, we're going to give it to somebody else.
Potentially. But with this being an all-star season, I don't think you're going to have that issue in terms of like that. But you never know.
Yeah. So yeah, they talk for a little bit, but either way, it doesn't really amount to much. That ends, and Enzo goes in and talks to Cody, and he's like, listen, I don't trust Christmas. I think we got to keep Memphis. And Cody pushes back really hard. He does not want to keep Memphis. He's like, no, like, Memphis has to go this week. When Enzo is making really good points, he's like, he wants to keep Christmas because he's tight with Nicole, and he knows more than likely if Christmas wins, he's taking Nicole and Cody, not me. Like, this doesn't help me at all, and I trust Memphis that Memphis is going to take me over Nicole or Cody. So it does suck for Enzo, but it's like you should have made these moves before now, because now you're left to do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, and it's like, I think he should have split the vote still, at least at the minimum.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's also like, it might not be good for his game. So it's
but
like,
good for us. But good for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and this is also when he talks about splitting the vote. He tells Cody that he wants to split the vote this week to get all the blood on Nicole's hands, and then in reality, he just wants to save his jury vote with Memphis, say he votes for Memphis, and then it does get blood on Nicole's hands, but really he just wants that jury vote.
Yeah, which, I mean, that's not a horrible thing to do. But the thing is like, Memphis is not the kind of player who is going to he's not bitter, which is so obvious from the watching him in the house that he wasn't going to be bitter.
Yeah.
He even talks, I'm not, why would I be mad? It's a game. It's like, like, I understand people are super sensitive in this game a lot of times, but there's a decent amount of people who are not, especially in an all-star season, where you're typically, not always, and this season might be one of those seasons, but you're typically going to get people who really respect gameplay.
Yeah.
So it's like,
well, and also the thing about this season too, it's like there's really nothing to be bitter about. Like, nobody's really gone at each other. No one's really like had any like huge problems with each other. It's really been just really straightforward, and that's about it. So like normal seasons, there's like at least one person at the end where they've rubbed a lot of people the wrong way and done a lot of shady stuff. And even if they played the better game, people vote against them just because they're mad. Yeah. But this season, really, that's not happened that much. So there could be an instance in the Final Two where the two people really if they've rubbed anybody wrong at all, the other one's equally going to rub the people wrong as well. So it's going to be hard to vote in that way.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, so this whole conversation, it basically makes you think that there's going to be 2 blind sides at the end of the night, and they really hype it up like there's going to be. And this is what I like. I hate it. I like it in the sense of like it got me excited for the vote. I was like, oh, this is going to be exciting. This is going to be something to watch. But then we get to it, and there's really not much there. But
yeah, which honestly, would it have really been a lot had it happened?
I think Nicole would have been pissed.
I think she would have been mad for sure. But would it have really made a difference? Or I mean,
nothing changes. But I think it definitely changes the week going forward.
Tipped off at 2 at the minimum, but I don't know.
Yeah.
How great would that have been if she not been tipped
That's
off?
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If either one of them hadn't been tipped off, and then all of a sudden, like Memphis is blindsided and Nicole's blindsided, I think it would have been great. Like it would have been fun to watch. But clearly that didn't happen. Either way, we get to the jury segment. They all talk about who's coming in next, and they both, or basically, I think Ian was like, I think it's either gonna be Cody or Tyler, and then they kind of, Danny doesn't want Tyler, Kevin doesn't want Tyler. They're not bitter. They just like he got me out, like fair enough. And then Tyler shows up. They all sit down. They go over the what happened, who won the veto, how he got evicted, and this is when you see like. They're all like, dang, Cody's really playing good. And this is when you see, like, if Cody's in Final 2, he's winning the thing. Like, there's no doubt.
No doubt at all.
Because, again, it goes back to, I think it was Davon, like, Enzo, you've played great, and, like, I want to vote for you, but, like, you've got to start doing something. Like, you've done nothing. So, like, it's hard to vote for you when you've not done anything. So, maybe if Enzo wins, like, this next HOH, wins one more veto, maybe wins 2 HOHs or 1 HOH, 2 vetoes, maybe there's a chance he could win, but like at this point, I don't see how he's done enough to where they can validate voting for him, because from the outside looking in, Enzo really hasn't done anything.
No, not anything at all. So like
all he's done is talk about doing stuff, and then he gets to the point where he can do something, and then just like, oh no, like I can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Just
I don't think Enzo has a chance to win this game. I don't see a single avenue.
I definitely see an avenue. If he's up against Nicole or Christmas, I think it's basically 50-50. Maybe weighing in Enzo's favor.
I don't know. I mean, maybe Nicole.
What has Christmas done? Nobody likes Christmas. No one's gonna vote for Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, there's a chance of that.
At least people like Enzo. People don't like Christmas.
Well, that is true. If Christmas wins. If Christmas gets to Final 3 or gets the Final 2, it's because she has won the last 2 comps, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think that would probably be enough.
I disagree. Because I think that's the only, like, she's not done anything. What is she, like, she's done the equivalent of what Enzo's done. Like, she's just there.
Well, she's won comps.
Not really. She's won like what? She's won probably as many as Enzo. I would guarantee it, if not the same amount as Enzo.
1 HOH, 3 vetoes.
I don't think she's won 3 vetoes.
Yeah, I think she's won 3 vetoes, maybe 2 vetoes, but
I think it's 2.
And
then she got the secret power, which was luck.
She also got the first week where she saved, or the second week when she saved Ian. That power. VIP room.
Yeah.
If she wins the final or she wins the week, if she makes it to Final 3 and Cody's not there, I think she wins the last HOH. So
yeah, potentially.
That would give her 3 HOHs and a veto, potentially veto, an additional veto. There's a solid shot.
I mean, there's an argument. I just don't think that I don't think anybody in the jury likes Christmas except for maybe Tyler. I just don't think people like her.
No, but
or in Memphis, Memphis likes her, but that's about it.
Yeah, Enzo's way more likable.
Yeah,
but that might not be what actually is the difference maker.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, that would be interesting to watch and see what happens, especially the way they describe their games at the end. But yeah, either way, they go through Tyler's eviction. Again, talk about how great Cody's playing. Davon asked Tyler if the thing he said with Bailey and Davon about how He wanted to further their gains for the Black Lives Matter movement was like strategic, if he was trying to get ahead in the game or if that was actually genuine. And he was like, no, like it was 100% real. And he starts crying. And Davon does know he's being genuine here because, and I think he was like to an extent of like, he was legit wanting to leave the game. He was going to quit. They had to bring in like everybody they could to talk him down because he was literally, I think, a day away from just up and quitting.
Yeah, I mean, Tyler is, like I said, for a lot of the season, he is such a genuine player. And even if he's not genuine, at the very minimum, he comes off as being extremely genuine.
Yeah,
so,
if he's lying, he's a great liar.
Which, I mean, we do know he is a good liar from his season on Big Brother. So, with an asterisk, he was genuine.
But either way, I think Davon does believe him here. And that's good because that could have been like an interesting dynamic there in the jury house if they like literally just or if Davon hated him and just it would have been interesting to watch that. But I think they do appreciate each other and know that he was being real about that.
Yeah.
Did we get anything else from the jury house?
We had the family.
Yeah, mention for home. That was too much for me. Did you like that?
I did like it. I thought it was sappy. It was sappy, but
you had to wipe some tears away.
I cried the whole time. I just couldn't help myself. I was
like, I understand maybe like the kid thing. Like if you see your kid, you get like you cry a little bit. But like when Tyler sees Angela and like literally acts like his dad had died, like dude, come on. I mean, he has been with her probably every single second for the last come on, man.
90 days. But
I mean, if you want to like tear up, sure. But he literally acted like someone had died.
You just don't know true love. You don't know what it's like, Connor.
I guess so.
No, I mean it was way over the top, but still, like I like the segment. I don't know if we've ever seen the jury see their family.
I don't think we have. I don't think that's ever happened. I think
so. I thought that was. I think that they actually get the message from their family.
Maybe.
But I don't think we've ever seen it.
Yeah.
And maybe they don't actually get the message, but I feel like they do.
I'm not
that would just
sure
make sense, really. But.
So yeah, we get to the eviction, and Christmas's speech was first. It was very basic. Calls out her family. Please vote for me. I want to stay. I want to play. Memphis stands up, says that he has played this game straightforward. He wants to keep playing it that way, which everybody knows that you're not. So Cody votes first. He votes Memphis. Enzo second. Memphis. When, again, they hyped it up that it was going to be a split vote, and here we are. It's not a split vote.
It was not.
But yeah, Memphis stands up. He hugs everybody, says good luck. You're going to need it. Just good luck to everybody. Walks out. And he talks with Julie after this. He says he was blindsided, but I think he wasn't actually blindsided in the fact like he knew this morning. Like Enzo has been talking for the past couple days that he wanted to tell Memphis today that it was going to be him. Cody didn't want him to. He wanted to blindside him, but I think we don't know for certain, but I think Enzo did end up telling him this morning because he didn't act like he was fully blindsided.
No, I mean even if he was fully blindsided, I feel like he still would have acted that exact same way. Because, I mean, I just don't think. I think it's how Memphis is. I don't think he's
I do to an extent, but like he was so confident that like I still feel like there would have been like a face of just like pure shock. Like, are you kidding me? But then like he just took it in stride and walked out. So.
Yeah, I mean, I would have been shocked to see Memphis be shocked, truthfully.
All right, that's fair. He says that the reason that he was evicted, he thinks, is because this season, his original season, he didn't win much, but this season he wanted to go in and actually win things and go hard in the competitions. And when he wins 3 HOHs early, like that puts a big target on him, and he was just a threat going forward. And he does say that he does think it's a bad move for them because he was 100%, or I don't know if it was 100%, but he was fairly confident that he was going to take Memphis and Cody to Final 3 when I feel like that was not the play for him.
Yeah, I think he 100% was going to take him. I don't think he wanted to be up against Nicole just because he was worried about the whole winner status.
Yeah, I think his best bet was going up against Christmas or Enzo.
Yeah, I think so too.
not Cody or Nicole.
Which
But
he wanted to sit next to Enzo.
yeah. But I would have taken Christmas over Cody. I wouldn't have taken.
Yeah, he couldn't take Christmas.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
My bad. But
Yikes. Now I still probably would have taken Nicole over.
I would have taken Nicole over Cody because she's won two comps.
Way more beatable
Yeah.
comp wise, and just I feel
And
like
game wise.
Actually, game wise too.
Yeah. Oh, definitely, 100%. He. Yeah, he does think that he does say that he would have taken Enzo to final two because he thinks that he would have beaten him and not Cody, which that's a fair assessment. He definitely had a chance of beating Enzo. He didn't have any chance of beating Cody.
Yeah.
The goodbye messages, Christmas says that she had a bunch of final twos, but the one final two she was gonna go with was him. Which, I mean, who knows? That's just her trying to save face for jury. I don't think that meant really anything. It may have been her number one final two, but we'll probably never know.
No, we'll never find out that. But I don't. I think she would have wanted to sit next to Nicole.
I agree with
Because
that.
I want to sit next to Nicole in the finals.
Yeah. Nicole just gives you were too good. You were a good competitor. I had to get you out. Enzo again with the same speech that he's given every single time. To be fair, this one was actually true. He says that he wanted him to stay, but just everybody else wanted him gone, so there was nothing he could have done. Which in reality, he did want him to stay, and he didn't want to vote him out, but he was kind of forced. So at least this one was true, but the rest, like, it hadn't been true. Like but I think he just has that on, like, he hits a button and he just says it, or they have it like the same one every time.
Man, I didn't want you to go. You're my number one, yo. Meow meow got your back, man. If I see you out in the bar, we'll hang out, yo.
And then he's just like, listen, you pulled all this shady stuff. You had two wise guys. I knew all about it as soon as they happened. But I mean, I had to get you out. Like, it had to happen. And he does say that he doesn't take any of this personal, which is good because he was like, I mean, fair enough. I wasn't going to take him to final two anyways, so it was probably the right move.
Yeah.
Any thoughts from any of that? But
I mean,
really not much there. But
no. Yeah, I mean,
are you playing? Be honest. Are you playing RuneScape right now?
No, I'm doing the podcast.
So you're playing RuneScape right now?
Doing the podcast.
I can see it in your eyes, like the little guy moving around.
No, I'm not playing RuneScape. I'm just doing the podcast. But yeah, I mean, you can't be mad about it. It's game. It's a personal game move, as Davon would like to say. Personal
game information. Personal game
information, yes.
How stupid is that word? Personal game information. It doesn't even exist. That's not even a real thing.
It's gonna be a new thing. I got a feeling in Big Brother.
I hope not. I really hope not.
75% chance we see personal game information.
Listen, I'm telling you this.
A real thing.
I'm telling you this as personal game information. And then whenever it gets out, they're gonna be like, "I told you this in confidence that it was personal game information." They'll be like, "What are you talking about?"
That's not a thing, you dummy.
Oh man. Either way, we get back to the house, and Julie comes on the screen and says for them to gather in the living room. And Kaser comes up on the screen and introduces the next comp, which is Knight's move, which I think the only time this has been played is in his original season 6. I don't think it's been played since then. I could be wrong.
I haven't seen it.
But I am definitely looking forward to this. I think this is going to be the best comp of the year.
Yeah, I was pumped. I was so pumped when I saw that.
Yeah.
Because we haven't seen this comp in
I thought it was going to be the pressure cooker, which would have been even better, but this is a close second.
The pressure cooker, I can't remember.
Where they have to hold a button and they can't let go of the button.
Oh, yeah.
Kaser went I want to think like 14, 15 hours or something and let go on accident. When if he would have stayed on, he would have stayed in the game.
Yeah, that would have been. I was hoping for that as well. Whenever they said that it's going to be a comp, like out there, it's like, oh, I hope they're going to hold the button.
Yeah.
But I would love for them to bring back some of those old, just grueling comps that make your eyes
like an endurance comp, but like an actual endurance comp, not a freaking hour and a half, 45 minutes, 2-hour comp, like an actual, like it can go for all night maybe.
Yeah, how great would that be if they started HOH on Thursday and by Sunday show, we
They're still going
don't know who won.
But, like, the thing is, like, I don't know why they freak out about, like, they have time. They have from Thursday night till Sunday night. Like, it's not like they have this close, like, from Wednesday to Thursday. I mean, like, they have 3 days, 4 days to get it done. I just don't understand why they think that, like, they can't do anything past 3 hours. Drives me nuts.
There may be some issues, like, in terms of, like, people, maybe there were people's, like, health or something, which I don't think that's an issue. No. You know, I mean, if, you know, that's the only thing I could even think of why they would not want to do that. Maybe people feel like it's too grueling in the house because the house itself's already so punishing, but yeah,
they signed up for that, though. Like, I just
exactly.
They don't have to stay up there. They can fall or do whatever. They don't have to continue in the comp. Like,
exactly. I want tough comps that make people scream.
Yes, I completely agree. But either way, as soon as this is over, they are talking like, what the heck is that? Like, you guys are in an all-star season. How do you not know what this comp is? How have you never seen this season? Like,
well, to be fair, that was 20 years ago.
True, but still, like,
and it's only been played once.
That's a pretty, like, common season, though.
Most people, unlike you, I should say, have not recently watched that season in the last.
If I was going on the show, I would go back and watch every season, or at least the all, like, if I was going on an all-star season and I knew who was going in with me, I would definitely go back and watch their seasons.
I might watch a couple highlight tapes, but that's it. I would not watch their season.
I would definitely go back and watch it.
I would get enough information to at least remember their names.
This is why you would lose.
This is why I would win.
This is why you'd be like David.
So what is the veto?
Who's Kaser?
I'm going to be honest. In my season, I don't remember there being a veto.
But yeah, so we will see that play out on Sunday. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch that one. It's definitely the most I will be looking forward to a comp play out. But yeah, I don't know. Other than that, do you have anything else from tonight?
I gotta say it. My heart and mind is clear.
You have no thoughts on Christmas or Memphis? Nothing for Memphis on his way out.
Memphis, it was a good run, man.
It sucks because it was my pick. Do you remember your pick?
I picked a couple people.
I'll go back and look. I don't remember. But yeah, either way, if you guys are watching on YouTube and you like the podcast, please leave a like for us. If you have any suggestions for us, leave it in the comments. And if you subscribe with notifications on, you will get notified when we post on YouTube, so you're not behind on anything. And if you want to watch us record these live, you can catch us at twitch.tv/realityrundown. Follow us there, and it will also notify you when we go live, so you don't miss out on anything. Yeah, if that's all you got, that's all I got. We will be back on, not Sunday, but Monday night, right after the episode, to see who wins HOH, and I guess we will see and nominated. So it should be an interesting episode that we're getting to the end. I think we got, 2 weeks left? It's over the 28th, so it's getting close. But, yeah, we will see you then.